Okay, today Pythagorean theorem gets a little bit more complicated because we're going to have word problems, problems that use Pythagorean theorem to find missing values. So there are some simple steps that you can follow that make this project a little bit easier. So as you do your Pythagorean theorem word problems, you want to follow these simple steps. The first thing that you want to do is do a close read of the word problem. In order to do that close read, there's some things that you're looking for. So if you have your purpose and you know what you're looking for, it'll make the problem that much easier to understand. So the first thing you want to do is you want to underline important information. In word problems, there's a lot more information than just the numbers. So many times we just pull the numbers and do something with them, but really it's the words that help us see what's going on in the problem. So underline important information. Then you do want to pay attention to the numbers. Go ahead and circle the needed numbers. Now you have to be careful. Some word problems will try to trick you and give you extra numbers that you don't need. So always make sure it's numbers that are going to help you solve the problem. Finally, I want you to box the question. You need to know what the problem is asking you. Now, once you've done a close read of the word problem, then it's important to draw a picture of the problem. Figure out what's happening. In a Pythagorean theorem problem, we know that we're going to be working with right triangles. So always make sure that your picture has a right triangle. And once you have your right triangle, be sure to label all parts. So remember, your hypotenuse, which is C, is also your longest side. So as you're labeling, when you have values, your longest side is going to be your hypotenuse, which is also going to be your longest side, your C. Okay. Now the third thing you want to do is you want to estimate what you think the answer is going to be. Estimate, what could the answer be? Because sometimes we make little mathematical errors and we end up with some crazy numbers. If we go back and look at what we're expecting, then we know if we are in the right area. What could the answer be? Okay. Once you've done an estimate, then number 4, you are going to use a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Let's move this up for you guys. To solve for the unknown value. Now, sometimes you'll be done at this point. You just have to find the missing value, but sometimes you might have to use the value to find another answer. That's why it's so important that we go back up here and we look at the question that we box. The answer that we found here, does it answer our question, or do we have to use that value to find another answer? Then, once we have our answer, we check it for reasonableness. We go back and look at our estimate and see, were we close? Or is it really an off number and we have to go back and check our work? Okay. Does our answer make sense? Now, once you've determined that it makes sense, then you need to write your answer, write your solution as a sentence. Write your answer, your solution, in a sentence. Remember that writing part of the 3V is very important. Now, what's most important for you to realize is that as you solve these problems, you need to show all your work. So as you solve, show all work. Now, we're going to go ahead and try this on our worksheet.